Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am MJ James, a queer and neurodiverse author of science fiction and fantasy. Today, we are going to be diving into a topic that often gets overlooked, but is crucial to crafting an engaging story. Side characters. Why do side characters matter? While main characters drive the plot, side characters add depth, texture, and believability to your world. They're the glue that holds your story together. In this video, we'll cover what makes a great side character, how to develop their arcs, and how to balance their presence without overshadowing the main plot. Side characters can serve many functions. They might support the protagonist, provide comic relief, or offer contrasting perspectives. Think Samwise Gamgee in The Lord of the Rings or Spock in Star Trek. There are various different types of side characters. They can be the mentee, the best friend, the love interest, the rival, or maybe the comic relief. Defining your side character's role will then help you to develop them and figure out where they work in your overall story construction. Your side characters should feel real, not just tools to move the plot forward. Even if they have a specific role, they need their own motivations and personalities. They need to be well-developed characters. And part of being well-developed characters means that they need to have their own character arc. A side character with an arc feels dynamic and add layers to your story. Even a small change in their belief or situation can make them very memorable. So when you're developing your side characters, ask yourself, what does this character want? How do they grow or change over the course of the story? How does their arc complement or contrast with the protagonist? So another example would be Haymitch from The Hunger Games. He goes from being gel-drunk mentor to someone who genuinely cares about Katniss and Peeta's survival. And this adds so much depth to this trilogy. It's also important that you give your side characters their own unique voice. A distinct voice helps readers instantly recognize who's speaking, and this can be achieved through dialogue, mannerisms, or even the way that they think. So you can kind of develop this by creating their own character profile in addition to creating ones for main characters. And when you're creating this, you can include things such as their vocabulary. Do they use slang or formal language? What's the tone that they used? Are they sarcastic, earnest, or cynical? What are their speech patterns? Do they ramble? Are they concise? What is their education? Because this will also impact how they speak or how they view the world. So in my stories, Lucas, I have a side character, Rocco, who is a very gruff, no-nonsense way of speaking that contrasts sharply with Lucas's more introspective tone. And this distinction really helps him to stand out. And why Rocco does not have his own main story plot, and probably will not within my series, he is an ongoing, reoccurring side character that continues to change as the story progresses, and as the next stories in the series progress as well. So some things to think about with side characters is avoid overcrowding. And this means don't have too many side characters because they can cluster up your story and confuse your readers. Prioritize the ones that serve the story best, and then integrate them in seamlessly to your story. Make sure their scenes advance the plot or reveal something about the main characters. Avoid just throwing in side characters for filler. So if you have two side characters that are serving similar functions, consider combining them. And this helps keep your story streamlined and focused. It's important to make sure your side characters are dynamic beings And you can do this by giving them backstories. Even if the reader is not fully revealed the backstory, you as an author knowing the character's backstory can help inform their actions and their dialogue. Also, explore their motivation. Why are they in this story? What do they stand to gain or lose? And how do their goals align or conflict with the protagonist? Also, make them unique. Add flaws and quirks. Perfect characters are boring. Give them flaws, fears, or particular habits to make them more relatable and human. So today we've covered defining the roles of side characters, crafting their arcs, giving them distinct voices, balancing them within the plot, adding layers to make them memorable, and that is a lot. So if you would like any of these broken down even more in future videos, let me know in the comments down below. Your side characters may not take center stage, but they're vital to your story. Take the time to develop them, and your readers will thank you. What's your favorite side character from a book, show, or movie? Let me know in the comments down below. Next week, we will be exploring the art of building a vivid fantasy world and creating immersive settings. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep writing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!